Okay, hello, what's up you guys? Back again with another reaction to Hex Juice. She's calling out the Gacha community, and you know, in my head, I like to think that I'm a part of that. So we're gonna go ahead and react to this and see what she has to say. So the video is called Calling Out the Gacha Community. Hoyoverse creators must be stopped. Alright. Let's get into it.
I am here to start nuclear drama! I'm here today on this fine day to finally talk about something that has been needed to be brought up for years in this godforsaken hellhole of a community. And I think that I am the one, the chosen one, the enlightened one, the only one who can save our community from this absolute hellscape. So here I am today calling out the Gacha community about a very important issue, and that is y'all thumbnails suck ass. Your thumbnails are ugly, and I want to help. In my heart and my soul, as the person who has gotten possibly the most
hold on. Wait. Hold on. Bro, is she right? Guys, is she right? Is she?
Anybody
okay, maybe she's
for
right.
Clickbaiting, which makes no sense. That's my job. I think that I would not be catching on the level that I have if the rest of y'all stepped y'all game up. But when you see my thumbnails looking visually appealing, visually clear, enjoyable to look at even, it makes me look insanely clickbaity when y'all be putting, honestly, respectfully, genuinely, straight poop ass on your thumbnails.
Damn, okay.
Y'all have really decent, good content. You're funny, you're cool, you're personable, you have good ideas, you have good opinions, but it doesn't matter. Why? Because if you can't get somebody to click the video, nobody's gonna see it. The whole game of YouTube. The unfortunate fact is 99% of the time you could have amazing content. You could have incredible content. You could have genius, well-edited.
I feel targeted right now. Hey, I kind of do too.
Amazing commentary, amazing thoughts, amazing opinions, funny, interesting, charismatic, all of those things. And it's not gonna matter because no one's gonna see it, because no one's gonna click on your ugly ass thumbnail and bum ass title. So I'm here to help y'all. I want y'all to be successful. YouTube is not a competition. We all succeed if we're all succeeding. I did help someone recently, another content creator on stream, fix one of their thumbnails. And won't you know that he messaged me the next day about how his click-through rate had improved significantly after some minor changes. Clickbait is not inherently a problem. Clickbait is the meta. If you are not clickbaiting, you are not doing your job. Bad clickbaiting would be for me to have a title and thumbnail that completely misleads what is actually in the video, which I do not and have never done. Is Mr. Pokey in this video? No, but is this thumbnail telling a story about what the video is about, which is how to tell if you have a problem with gacha addiction. The point of your thumbnail is to tell a story. Is Tectone in this video? No. But what is Tectone known for in Genshin Impact? Tectone is known for being somebody who spent $500,000 on Genshin Impact, right? So it tells a story for me to put Tectone, who is an uber giga whale in Genshin Impact, looking at my account saying, you have a problem. Am I misleading you that Tectone is in the video? I mean, I guess if you just assume that's what that means, sure. But that's not bad clickbait. I'm telling you the story of what the video is, which is that I had a problem in Genshin. This one, also, Tectone's not in the video, but the point is that I'm talking about parasocial relationships going wrong. I am known as the Tectone writer. Therefore, it is hilarious for me in the thumbnail to be semi-stalking your boy. Does that mean in any way that Tectone's in the video? No, but I'm telling the story of the video. If you don't clickbait, you will get outcompeted.
Yo, Hex, that techie dick riding go fucking crazy. You need to chill. chill the fuck out.
Even by significantly worse content creators. Do you understand that? Even by content creators that could not touch your level of creativity and ingenuity will outcompete you if you don't have good thumbnails, because they will get clicks and you will not. Faulting other people for using clickbait to get views makes you sound unprofessional, short-sighted, and like you don't understand what your job is. MrBeast is the king of YouTube. MrBeast also clickbaits. We can learn from MrBeast. And that is with a model, with your face, with anything. Granted, MrBeast does talk a lot about how he literally has like storyboard artists who will work with him to make the perfect clickbait thumbnail. Like, he has a whole team for this kind of.
Yeah, he has an entire production team for everything that he does. If you don't think that this man puts in work, he does. He literally is so meticulous with everything that he does. It may not seem like it to you because most of his videos are like pretty brief, or they seem very brief, but that's because they're well constructed videos. He literally does not sit on a single like clip for like more than like 4 to 5 seconds. He always wants to change it. And in my opinion, this is really, really good retention editing. And when it comes to retention editing, there is good and there is bad editing. And if you are going to do retention editing, I think that MrBeast obviously does it the best. It's part of why people watch his videos. Like, I would say most of them, at least like 90%ish, completely finish his video because of his thumbnails and his editing style.
What MrBeast is very good at is effective clickbait. The first thing I would like to point out is that these are...
Also, this comment made me think about it, but in my opinion, I still think that PewDiePie is somewhat still the king of the YouTubers, but that's just my personal opinion on it. Obviously, he doesn't really care anymore. MrBeast has passed him in subscribers, but yeah, just my opinion, my take.
Are extremely visually clear. Blown up at 220%, you can see what's happening. If you make it really small, you can still fully understand what is happening on this thumbnail because you have...
Yeah, this is actually really, really important. And if you're a new content creator or YouTuber or whatever it may be, it's a good thing that she's bringing this up. And I don't want to take too much from her because she's going into it right now. But if you're able to see, if it's able to appeal from you from a distance, it's a good thumbnail, because that means when you are able to see it up close, it gets the message across. Those are really good thumbnails. So if you're ever questioning one of your thumbnails, zoom out, check it out. Does it look appealing? If it does, then it's probably a good thumbnail.
Have to remember, if you're a content creator, people are seeing this on mobile. They are not seeing all of the detail you put into your thumbnail. But in every single one of these thumbnails, you know exactly what is happening, even at the minimum size that you can possibly make. Visual clarity is number one. What I would like to teach you guys is how you guys can use some of the things that I do yourself. I am not a perfect thumbnail maker, okay? I do my best with what I have. I use principles learned from MrBeast, and I also have my own, things that I do personally that I personally like. But what I can do is give you some tips to help you clickbait better, because I want y'all to do better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the thumbnail for this video. Before I started streaming this, before I started making this thumbnail, before I knew anything about it, I had a concept. The concept of the video is, I'm calling out the Genshin community, your thumbnails suck. I am going into this not knowing which one is going to be the title and which one is going to be in the thumbnail. I'm not sure yet, but we will figure it out as we go. So what we're going to focus on is calling out the Genshin community. So what we're gonna start with is, obviously, I'm gonna pick an expression for my model. I will be real with you, and I think I'm not called out enough on this laziness enough. I literally use the same, like, 6 or 7 screenshots of my model for every video, and I just move them around. So I'm gonna use this because I'm looking.
That's actually pretty normal though. If you're taking a new photo of yourself for literally every single thumbnail that you do, unless you're doing something like MrBeast where it has like relevance to the video, like solitary confinement, okay, take a picture of yourself in a straitjacket, or I spent like 3 days underground, like take a picture of yourself like underground or something like that. Unless it's something like super hyper specific like that, I think that reusing images of yourself that you've already used before is fine. I think that it is actually a pretty good tactic. I mean, Asmongold does it all the time. Literally recycles like a lot of his images that he uses on his thumbnails.
A little judgmental, I'm looking a little thoughtful. We're telling a story. We're telling the story of calling out the Genshin community. I'm gonna turn up the vibrance of the saturation of my model just a bit, because more color equal good. More color equal brain happy, neuron activation. I'm also going to increase my sharpness and clarity just a tad. Now, I am going to be wanting to tell a story of nuclear drama. We want nuclear drama. So we're probably gonna find a background with like a mushroom cloud. And I am using Canva. You can learn Photoshop if you got that time and that kind of, you got that time and that kind of energy. I don't. I use Canva. This is not sponsored. It's $14 a month and it's way easier to use and you don't really have to learn anything. I'm going to send this to the back. So we're already starting pretty good, right? I am going to put an outline, which is what a stroke is. It's a stroke in other programs, but it's an outline here. So I now have an outline to keep me visually separate from the background, right? To enhance the background, I also will often increase the vibrance of saturation of the background and the contrast, and we put a slight blur on the background because we have to remember, first thing is visual clarity. If it's not visually clear, the foreground and the background, that's a problem. You do not want anything to blend into nothing. So we've started pretty good. We're telling a story already. So now, who are we gonna call out for their poop ass thumbnails? Maybe people that have okay thumbnails or that we don't need to call out, but we will anyway because it's funny and
I just had a thought pop into my head. Imagine like I'm watching this right now, right? And I make the thumbnail for this video and it's still dog shit. Imagine that. That'd be funny.
Putting bigger content creators does in fact get you more views. And I would like to say that I have never pretended that it doesn't. The reason that I like Canva is because it has this incredibly beautiful, wonderful, and delicious tool where you can literally just remove the background. Gone are the days of having to cut out a background manually. You can just cut it out and then it's done. The problem with that is that sometimes it doesn't really work if the background is not super clear, which is very often for these streamers with poop-ass lighting. So we've got Tectone. We're gonna increase his vibrance a bit. We're gonna increase his saturation a bit. The problem is Tectone tends to run very red. So you can't go too hard on his brightness and saturation because he will turn into a crazy ass tomato. We've got Tectone on the screen. We're already doing great. Bigger creators can get away with way poopier thumbnails because people already know them. But we have to remember, if you're a small content creator, people don't give a shit about you. That applies to me as well. If you're a
It's tough out here.
small content creator, people don't give a shit about you. And so you have to get people to want to click a video of someone who they don't know if it's going to be good. So that's why clickbait is infinitely more important for smaller creators than bigger creators. And so you see bigger creators just putting out poop ass thumbnails, or like lazy thumbnails, or like not very cool thumbnails, because they don't have to clickbait. They themselves are the clickbait. So this one, I'm not gonna make much bigger because reality is,
that image of MTash, what the hell?
Please upload your fucking thumbnails in higher resolution. I'm begging, please. I'm gonna put text on there and see how we're going from here. This is where y'all piss me the fuck off. Don't use rounded fonts. I understand that MrBeast uses Comica Access on his captions. Do you see?
Yep, he uses Comica for everything
on his thumbnails if there's even words on it? Literally never. These are blocky ass, angular ass fonts. The font that he used to use was Montserrat Black. Is a great option, and you don't have to go anywhere for it because most things will have it. You're gonna want a bold, angular font. Any serif font, you are not gonna want to use it. This is a real lack of readability on this, because what I like to do personally is I will have both of them be white, and then I will add a black outline because it's super duper readable without a lot of effort. You can add different colors for different emphasis. But
also, if you're ever in a situation, maybe she says this, but I'll just add it just in case. If you're ever in a situation where white font isn't working, yellow tends to do very well too, because it's a bright color and it really stands out against most backgrounds. So just a little tip.
But you will notice, right, if we just have it like this, we keep them approximately the same size and we make this smaller, which one of those is easier to read? If it's not readable, why put it on your fucking thumbnail? What I want to also point out is that putting text on the very bottom of your thumbnail means that if people watch it and there's this timeline of people watching it, that part of your text is going to be blocked. Don't put things on the very bottom. Don't put important on the bottom right because it'll be covered by the time. And don't cover important parts of people's faces is another one. You want faces to be recognizable because the human brain likes faces. We're gonna put our
Sure.
font. Thumbnails suck. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the line spacing so that it doesn't take up so much goddamn room. So we got your thumbnails suck. I'm gonna move myself up and over, make myself a little bit bigger because I am the main character, not these other content creators. Let's be real. You have to add
Main
a
character
tier.
syndrome, holy
Tectone
shit.
face. The chat is already learning the ways. You guys are absolutely cooking in the chat right now. Make the tier smaller, perhaps? Perhaps. Granted, you guys have to remember, I am in no way qualified to give this advice. I just thought it would be funny, and I also...
Actually, I disagree, Hex. I think that you are in a position to give this kind of advice. Even for someone as small as me, like, we all still have knowledge that we can impart to newer creators or people that just need help. Yeah, I slightly disagree with you there. I think that everyone, in terms of content creation, if you've been doing it for a year plus, you do have at least some inherent value from things that you've learned, mistakes that you've made. But yeah, I think that this is good that you're bringing this up because good thumbnails are important. It's more important than like a lot of creators think.
do genuinely want to help people. I highly recommend, if you want to make nicer thumbnails, to just like have a slight understanding of like color theory and what colors actually go together and what colors don't, because sometimes y'all are putting bright red and hot pink or like just colors that are not complementary. I want you to not do that. I'm gonna make this smaller. It's too big now. There's just too much. There we go. And I will move MTashed up just a hair. There we go. How's this? What do we think, besties? My YouTube page is a background? We can try it just to see how it works, because I am okay trying things. We can try it. So visually, I see that it's me, MTashed, and Tectone. Realistically, I gotta move myself over because my hair is still in the way, as always. I might change this a little bit more because we're still kind of covering MTashed's face. But the reality is that this is still useful advice. So
Looks
like,
good.
this is like very easy, straightforward advice. This is true for literally anything. Making it visually easy, making the text easy to read, understanding how colors affect...
Why she gotta do the boy techie like that? That's pretty funny.
people's view of whatever it is that the video is, right? Because having certain colors in your thumbnail evokes a particular feeling. We understand what the video is probably going to be about, right? Maybe some tough love about thumbnails. Yes, Tectone and MTash are not in the video. Am I necessarily implying that they are literally in the video? No. It is just telling a story. The point of your thumbnail is to tell a story. The title is to inform the thumbnail. First of all, you're going to want your canvas to always be in 1920 by 1080. Some of y'all are doing some 720. Don't do that. But I will say that the bare minimum of just having a good font and being visually apparent and not overloading your thumbnail will make it so much easier. You have to think about who will be interested in the video. I hope that you guys use this. Whether you like me or not, or you like my thumbnails or not, I genuinely hope that you guys use it. I want you guys to use these tools. I want other people to be successful. YouTube is not a competition. I hope that this is helpful. Say goodbye, YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe.
It's not a competition. It's a marathon. It's a very long marathon. In terms of looking at your peers, if you're a content creator, it in a way is competition, but it's like friendly competition, right? If you have a positive outlook on it and want others to succeed, like if you see someone that's doing better than you and you're thinking negatively about it, then you need to look at yourself, because a good content creator will see what someone else is doing and be like, oh, holy shit, like that's working, like I should try that. Like we all can learn something from each other. It's a very good thing. But I think it's like friendly competition, but yeah.
Come join the Twitch if you want other I'm a silly little guy on the internet. I genuinely, please, this is not an attempt to actually make drama. I just want people to follow their dreams and achieve their dreams. I'm starting to do that now. I'm on my way to do that now, and I want y'all to do that too. Love yourself by giving yourself good titles and thumbnails. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye!
Goodbye! Alright, so another nuclear video from HexJuice, and I think it was a very awesome video for her to bring up. People need to fix their thumbnails, and I am included in this as well. I can be pretty lax with my thumbnails sometimes, but sometimes it gets the point across, other times it doesn't. But I'm gonna like this video. Anyone watching, go and check out HexJuice. She is an awesome content creator. She makes awesome content, and she has a lot of really good takes, in my opinion. So be sure to subscribe to her. Go check out this video for yourself. I'll have it linked down in the description below. Like it, you know, give her lots of love. And if you like this reaction, be sure to hit that like button, please. And maybe consider subscribing, as I cover a lot of gaming content in general. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Toodaloo!